Good morning everyone. In this video, we are going to cover the current affairs. For mobile optimized ebooks, please install GKToday Academy app. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description box. We have started a new channel, Civils Academy. You can subscribe to it if you find it relevant. Now one more thing. We have started a new series of current affairs on the Civils Academy channel. You can check it if you find it relevant. The Northeast Power Project, that is NERPSIP, is implemented by which organization? So it is going to be implemented by Power Grid and it is under Power Ministry. Now this project is World Bank funded. So financial support will be provided by World Bank. It will be implemented by Power Grid. The name of project is Northeast Power Project. This Power Grid is under Power Ministry and this project will be implemented in 6 states of Northeast. These are Assam, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland and Tripura. Recently it was in news because Union Cabinet approved the revised estimated cost for this initiative and it is 6700 crores. Which financial institution has approved 4 India projects including the Chirag project of Chhattisgarh and DRIP 2nd. So this has been approved by World Bank. Now what is this Chirag initiative of Chhattisgarh? It stands for Chhattisgarh Inclusive Rural and Accelerated Agricultural Growth Project. So it has 2 main components. One is rural development and second is agri-growth. That is growth in agriculture sector. So recently World Bank approved 4 Indian projects worth $800 million to support the development schemes in our country. So out of these 4, one is this Chirag initiative of Chhattisgarh government. Second is this DRIP. What is DRIP? It is Dam Improvement and Rehabilitation Project. So it is related to dam development and their maintenance. What is the rank of India in Human Development Index if the new metric PHDI is taken into account? Now this is very important because for the first time this dimension has been included in this Human Development Index. If this PHDI dimension is considered, then India's ranking is 123. The Human Development Index has been released by UNDP. It is based on 3 parameters: life expectancy, income and education. And for the first time, it included carbon emission as well. And therefore, it gave a new dimension. It is Planetary Pressures Adjusted Human Development Index. That is why it is PHDI. That is Planetary Pressures Adjusted Human Development Index. The index is topped by Ireland. China signed a protocol with which country to extend their notification pact for missile launches? So, China signed this protocol with Russia. Now, what is the meaning of this entire issue? It means both countries, that is China and Russia, are going to inform each other before launching missiles to keep each other informed and to keep in confidence. So there was a protocol. The initial agreement was signed in 2009. Now this protocol has been signed to extend this agreement for next 10 years. So for next 10 years under this agreement, both Russia and China are going to inform each other before the launch of missiles. What is the term used to refer zero emission of harmful or waste substances in environment? So it is net zero state. Now why it was in news? Because recently SII, that is Serum Institute of India, was in news because it is going to achieve this net zero state. How it is going to achieve this net zero state? By reducing its all kind of emission of harmful substances in the environment. SII is the Serum Institute of India. It is Pune based institution. It is headed by Adar Poonawalla. Recently Serum Institute was also in news because of its vaccine and it is Covishield, and for this it has collaborated with Oxford. Now recently a volunteer of this vaccine sought compensation of 5 crore rupees from the company. The volunteer said that the vaccine caused serious side effects. Now in response to that, Serum Institute of India slapped a defamation case of 100 crore rupees on that volunteer. And in this context, recently in an interview, Adar Poonawalla said that government must protect the vaccine makers from lawsuits. In which country, a landmark judgment has been passed stating that air pollution caused the death of a 9-year-old child. So this country is UK, and the name of that child was Ella Casey Debra. So C was associated to UK, and this was a landmark judgment. Why so? Because it stated that the severe air pollution was the cause of death of this child. Recently UK was in news because the Prime Minister of UK is going to be the chief guest of our Republic Day ceremony. UK was also in news as it is the host of G7 summit and it has invited India for this summit. UK was also in news as a task force will be set up by UK and India for the mutual recognition of educational qualifications. UK was also in news as a new strain of coronavirus was found in UK. Where is the ngfs headquartered? What is ngfs? It is network of central banks and supervisors for greening the financial system. So the headquarters of ngfs is in Paris. Now what exactly is this ngfs? As the name suggests, it is a network for greening the financial system. That means the financial system that specifically focus on the climate change. Why it was in news recently? Because the Fed Reserve or the Federal Reserve of USA recently joined ngfs. One more institution was also in news because of ngfs, and it is ADB, that is Asian Development Bank. Few months ago, it also joined this ngfs. Recently, Asian Development Bank was in news as former election commissioner Ashok Lavasa is now the vice president of this Asian Development Bank. Which organization has added a new feature in RuPay cards that will allow the offline contactless transaction? So, two important keywords. One is offline, second is contactless. It is a new feature that has been added in RuPay cards and it has been added by NPCI, that is National Payments Corporation of India. NPCI was founded in 2008 and it was founded as a non-for-profit organization, and it was founded by RBI, that is our central bank, and IBA, that is Indian Banks Association. So contactless means without direct touch. So with the help of near field communication, this transaction will be completed. Offline means the areas where internet connection is a problem, it will be functional in those areas as well. For example, in rural areas, it will provide better facilities even if there is a limited internet connection. Chilhati-Haldibadi rail link is a link between which two countries? So it is between India and Bangladesh. So recently it was inaugurated. Actually before 1965 war it was functional. So this will improve the rail connectivity between two countries. Recently Bangladesh was also in news as with Bhutan it signed its first PTA, that is Preferential Trade Agreement. Recently Bhutan was in news because it formalized its relationship with Israel. Israel was in news as it partnered with Uttar Pradesh government for the management of water in Bundelkhand region of Uttar Pradesh. Now, please note that Israel is leader in the field of technology in the area of water management. So, for this purpose, Uttar Pradesh government collaborated with Israel. Now, Israel was also in news as it is going to have a water attaché in its embassy in India. Recently, this Bundelkhand region was in news because of Ken-Betwa river interlinkage. So, this Ken river will have extra water. That water will be supplied in Betwa river and this water will be used for the Bundelkhand region. Ken river is in Madhya Pradesh, Betwa river is in Uttar Pradesh, and this Ken-Betwa river interlinkage is going to be the first of its kind river interlinkage project in our country. So these were the most important questions. Now we are going to cover important news events. So recently Bala Devi was in news as she became the first Indian woman to score a goal in the professional European football event. So she is the first Indian woman to score a goal in the professional European football league. Next is great conjunction. So this term was in use in the context of Jupiter and Saturn. So these two planets came close to each other in the night of 21st of December. This is historic moment because last time it was observed in 1623 and next time it will be observed in 2080. So the great conjunction means these two bodies, that is Jupiter and Saturn, came close to each other. Next is Varasat campaign. So it is a campaign by Uttar Pradesh government to resolve the land disputes in the rural areas. So it will help in clarifying the land rights. Next is Motilal Vohra. So the prominent politician of INC, that is Indian National Congress, passed away. He had served as the governor of Uttar Pradesh and chief minister of Madhya Pradesh. Next is Bengal Basin. So recently, Petroleum Minister Dharmendra Pradhan inaugurated the Bengal Basin, and it is the first in West Bengal, and ONGC started the crude oil production from the Ashoknagar well in this Bengal Basin, and with this it became the 8th basin of our country. Next is Nepal. So our neighbor country was in news because the Nepal Prime Minister recommended to dissolve the Parliament of Nepal. The President of Nepal is Vidya Devi Bhandari, and she dissolved the Parliament. Now fresh elections will be organized in Nepal. So Prime Minister is KP Sharma Oli, President is Vidya Devi Bhandari. Next is Fukun. So she is a badminton player. She is from Mauritius. Recently she was in news as Court of Arbitration for Sports has banned her for 2 years for the violation of doping rules. Recently, Court of Arbitration for Sports also banned Russia. Actually, it reduced the ban period of Russia. Previously, it was 4 years. Now, it has been reduced to 2 years. Next is Global Visionary of Sustainable Business and Peace Award. So, Indian business tycoon Ratan Tata has been selected for this award. Next is Human Freedom Index 2020. So, as per this index, India is on 111 position. New Zealand is on top position, and New Zealand is followed by Switzerland. Syria is on last position. Next is Goa Liberation Day. So on 19th of December, Goa Liberation Day is celebrated as Goa was liberated from Portuguese rule, and Indian Armed Forces liberated Goa in 1961. So year was 1961, day was 19th December. It was liberated from Portuguese. Next is Urban Cooperative Bank in Kerala. So recently this bank was in news because RBI imposed a penalty on this bank, and it is of 50 lakh. Why this penalty was imposed? For non-compliance of IRAC. Now what is this IRAC? It is Income Recognition and Asset Classification. So for the non-compliance of IRAC norms, RBI imposed fine on this Urban Cooperative Bank in Kerala. Next is Minorities Rights Day. So it is on 18th of December. In India, Minority Rights Day is observed on 18th of December, and it is observed by NCM, that is National Commission of Minorities. Next is Positive Pay System. So it is a new system introduced by RBI to prevent the check frauds. So it is a system for checks above 50,000. Why it is being introduced? To eliminate the fraud and to enhance the safety of check system. Next is IORA, that is Indian Ocean Rim Association. So recently 20th meeting of IORA was organized. It was under the chairmanship of UAE, and France became the 23rd member of IORA. Please note that for the year 2019 to 2021, UAE is the chair of IORA. So these were the most important events. Now, yesterday's test. So Shakti Bill is related to Maharashtra. Disha is related to Andhra Pradesh. Who is the new Vice President of ABU? That is S.S. Vempati, the current Chief of Prasar Bharati. The report of that is 2020 Global Status Report for Building and Construction. This report has been released by Global ABC, that is Global Alliance for Building and Construction. Now please note that this Global ABC was launched during COP21. COP21 was also in news because of Paris Deal. COP stands for Conference of Parties. So this Global ABC was launched during COP21 in 2015, and it is hosted by UNEP, that is United Nations Environment Programme. The headquarters of UNEP is in Kenya, in Nairobi. Who is the chairperson of FSDC? So it is headed by Nirmala Sitharaman. Which Indian bank launched this initiative? FX4U. So it has been launched by Canara Bank. Next question is, the headquarters of India's first Maritime Theatre Command will be in which state? So it will be Karnataka, and it will be set up at Karwar Naval Base. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Museum will be set up in Kolkata. It has been proposed by Ministry of Culture. Next is, India is set to establish the task force for mutual recognition of academic qualifications with which country? So it is UK. Name of new digital payment application launched by IPPB is Dark Pay, and Prime Minister laid the foundation stone for country's largest renewable energy park in Gujarat. Now today's quiz. So first question is, which is the first Indian zoological park to receive this ISO certification for quality management? Next is, Shashi Shekhar Vempati is the present CEO of which Indian organization? Next is, which company won the Golden Peacock Environment Management Award in the steel sector? Next question is, which country has contributed $1 million to the WADA research and it is highest as on date? Next is, Gatka, Claripayattu, Thangta and Malkhambh were in news. They are related to which sector? Next question is, which organization conducted a voting for Asian Games in 2030 and in 2034? In 2030 it will be organized by Qatar. In 2034 it will be organized by Saudi Arabia. So which organization conducted a voting for this? Next question is, what is the name of ISRO's Space Situational Awareness Center? Next is, which Indian state launched a program named Kisan Kalyan Mission to double the income of farmers? Next is, IMSAS, BOSE and Astra are related to which sector? And last question is, Union External Affairs Ministry has launched which category of website to highlight the brand India? So that was all for the day. Thank you.